In the 1850s, John Jameson built himself a golf course here in Portmarnock. This is used by family, friends, and eventually the public as golf became a more mainstream sport across Ireland. This meeting of land and sea is the perfect blend of two of Ireland's greatest exports, golf and whisky. The renowned Portmarnock Resort has unveiled its recently remodelled championship golf course, now under a new name, the Jameson Golf Links. I'm here at the Portmarnock Resort to play the new Jameson Golf Links championship layout and experience this perfect blend for myself. As you tee off from the first, there's an unmissable reminder of the family heritage, as three of the Jamesons are laid to rest in the graveyard to the right of the first fairway. How long has the rebrand of the name back to the Jameson name kind of been on the cards?
Yeah, well, I suppose you could go back to the start and say, the 1840s when they first arrived out here, but when our ownership took over in 2019, it was certainly something that they felt was a pretty obvious connection. And to be fair, quite a lot of people wouldn't be aware of all of the Jameson links to this property. John Jameson IV was an avid golfer. He built a golf course here which stretched from where we are now all the way down to where the 15th hole is now in Portmarnock Golf Club. So that would have been one of the first places that golf was ever played in Ireland. So yeah, there's lots of connections to the Jameson family, but also lots of connections to golf. They've given a lot in terms of their legacy, whiskey obviously, and all of the things connected to that, but also in golf. So we're just trying to, I suppose, highlight our connection to them and also their impact on golf.
That's perfect. Enhancements made to the course include the ambitious elevation of greens and tees, provide stunning viewpoints of Dublin Bay from the 8th hole all the way through to the 18th. The rerouting of certain holes has led to significant changes on the final 10 holes. What was the process of the redesigned holes? How did you get Jeff Lynch and his team involved?
Yeah, I suppose, I started here in mid-2021, so the owners had been here for a little bit at that stage. Fenton, our link superintendent, who's been here for 30 years this year, has obviously been involved on the golf course for a long number of years. He had a connection with Jeff Lynch. They'd known each other for a little while. We got together in a room, listed all of the things that we wanted to try and get out of a course redesign. Definitely remaining a challenging golf course, but bringing in a little bit more of a fun element to it. And then obviously on the experience side of things, we've added in some new pieces, JJ's, which is in our halfway area out there, which obviously has the Jameson theme. Just trying to constantly move on and advance, all of the things that we're doing in terms of our customer service as well as the golf course.
So Paul, this is the first hole of the redesigned kind of stretch that we're about to enjoy now.
Previously the hole was a dogleg left, quite a tough, tight hole.
Yeah.
So you've really got to take it at that bunker that we can see in the distance and hopefully just let it fade slightly off that.
Yeah, it's a lovely start to a challenging stretch of new holes now. It's really nice. You know what you're in for when you step up here on the 8th tee.
Yeah, and we've obviously come off 6 a par 5, 7 a very strong par 4. This is a shortish par 4, so it's going to give you a chance.
Sure.
If you hit a good tee shot, nice approach, you're going to have a chance at your birdie.
Lovely. So Paul, this is the second now of new redesigned holes. Par 3, 9th hole. Talk me through it, like the walk up here to the elevated tee box, elevated green. It's stunning. It's your first kind of real viewpoint of the entire property.
It's probably one of the nicest locations on the golf course. You can pretty much see, you can't see every hole, but you can nearly see every hole here. You can take in the Dublin skyline across the city, and then all the way up to the north. We've Ireland's Eye and Lambie Island over here as well. So it's a really beautiful place. The objectives, I suppose, with Jeff Lynch, our architect at the time, were to create a golf hole which had that backdrop of the Irish Sea and the islands that we have behind us, and I think he really managed to get that. There was quite a bit of sand that had to be moved to build this tee box up, and then obviously a complete new restructure in terms of the green as well. We didn't want to create an easy golf course, but we wanted to create a bit of fun.
One of my favourite aspects of a strong links course is you can feel the imposition of the sea. So you may not be able to see it on a couple of tee shots, but it's there, it's ever present. And so having these moments where you walk up like on 9, 15 here, where you can see the sea, you can look around, but then you see it and you go, okay, this is lovely, this is what we're here for. The significance and the relationship with the Jameson family obviously doesn't stop with the 18 holes. It's everywhere you look. It's actually just over your shoulder. John Jameson and his wife are right behind you. Yeah. How did that tying in, that link to the Jameson family, begin again with the new ownership?
Yeah, so I suppose the current owners, the Gillardy family, a Canadian family, when they took over the property, they were really interested in the Jameson connection because obviously, they knew Jameson, they knew of golf here, they knew of the resort, and this bar has always been called the Jameson Bar since the hotel opened way back when. So we're really just extending that out a little bit. There's a long-standing history of the Jamesons being based in the Portmarnock area. We talked about on the golf course when John Jameson created his own personal golf course here in the 1850s. As I said, that would have been one of the first places that golf was played in Ireland. So not only have they a connection to Portmarnock and the local area, but they also have a very strong connection to bringing golf across from their homeland in Scotland.
Sure.
When people started to see some of those holes coming up out of the ground, there was a lot of excitement. And I mean, the feedback's been fantastic from members, visiting players, pretty much unanimous that everybody is loving the changes and loving the and I've contacts that I would have throughout the golf industry contacting me and say, oh, I heard it's great and whatever. So that's nice to hear.
So yeah, after 17 strong holes, you wanted to finish this off with another tough tee shot. Yeah,
well, I mean, in fairness, I think any really golf course worth of salt has a strong finishing hole. You certainly don't want to give away hole on your last hole. So it's a beautiful backdrop, obviously with the hotel in the background. We have the Velvet Strand to your right if you let one go. So aim of the game is really, today it's at that bunker on the left-hand side. I think it's just out of our reach. Normally speaking, you'd be trying to keep it right of that, and it really opens up the green then,
It's a lovely match play hole.
Absolutely.
You can see as you're coming down the stretch here, it's another intimidating tee shot. Paul, thank you very much. The course is fantastic. Yeah. It's absolutely stunning. It's such a good but fun test of golf. It's everything you really want from a links resort course in Dublin, really.
Yeah, there's something here for everybody. Whether you're an accomplished golfer or whether you're somebody that just likes to have a bit of fun, I think you'll enjoy it.
No, it's fantastic.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Paul, I might play with you every day.
That's a cracking tee shot.
I'm going to play golf with you all the time.
You won't have that one back.
It's new Callaway Paradigm driver. That's what that is.
Get that plug in. Get the plug in.